What is up, YouTube? This is DeFGandolf coming to you with another World of Tanks video, and today I'm giving my first thoughts on the T69 American Tier 8 medium tank. This is the Tier 8 auto-loading medium tank, as opposed to the Pershing, which is a constant fire. And this vehicle is armed with a 90mm autoloader with a 4-shot clip, and about a 25-second reload. Now, the gameplay that you see in the background is a game that I played earlier this afternoon on Tundra. This is a standard battle, and our team looks okay. You'll see here in a second our Type 64 and 5916 get some spots off across the D and C3-4 area. And that right there tells me that a lot of their team is going to push that new western side of the map that was added in here recently. I think it was in 9.2, I believe, that added that little western valley there on the far left-hand corner of the map. So I'm just kind of sitting here, I ping the map, and I decide that I'm going to try to just kind of come over here to this mid firing position, because we already have some tanks going up the hill. We've got a WZ-131, a KV-13 in position, and a Super Pershing arriving into position. And I want to not leave our mid undefended, because just one or two fast medium tanks or scout tanks that get through this mid river here can just absolutely wreck a team. So the T21 here is on very low HP, and our tanks up above him can't do anything about it, but that guy needed to die. So I go in and drop a shot from my autoloader onto him. Now, that's something I generally try to avoid, is making low HP kills with an autoloader, like situations like that, because with an autoloader, it's all about that damage that you can put out in a very, very short period of time. And I believe with this autoloader, it's something like 900 damage in 8 seconds. I believe it's a 2-second short reload on the shots, and you do about 240 per shot. It's something like 800, 900 average damage per clip. And losing that one shot just can mean the difference between life and death. But since I know I'm going to be hanging back a little bit in the start of this game, just waiting for an opportunity to flank to arise, I'm not too terribly worried about it. So at this point, I'm seeing that down here on the west side, the enemies have gone through that little village and have killed all of our team members that were there, and are now threatening our base island here. So I decided to go for a reload and come on down to the riverbed and see if I can try to flank around behind them. But now I've noticed that their KV-1S that was on their firing position in about E7 area has come down off of his firing position and is in the river trying to flank our teammates who are defending that western side of our island. So I've decided now that I've got to kill this KV-1S. I cannot let this guy get through. Even though this is a Tier 8 game, the KV-1S can do a lot of damage. I take a shot from him, but I'm willing to make that trade because the KV-1S has no chance. He knows it. I put one in, put a second shot in that actually tracks him and catches him on fire. So now that he's dead, I go for a reload, and our team's backs are secure for the moment. So now I want to come across the middle of the map and see if I can get up behind their IS-2, KV-5, and eventually try to come up either beside or behind the enemies that are pushing through the West Valley right now. So in this game, I do not have the upgraded engine on the T69. All I have is the upgraded gun, radio, and I think that's pretty much it. There's not an upgraded turret for the T69. The turret that you start with is the one that you keep. And I already had the radio unlocked from previous vehicles I've played in the American tank line. And I already had, I had the free XP to get the gun off the bat. Although the gun from the T71, which is the stock gun on the T69, is not a bad gun on this vehicle. So now, this KV-13 and I have managed to flank around their KV-5. KV-5's in a world of hurt right now. I put one shot, not very well aimed, and it just pings off his side because the KV-5 is just that well armored. Second shot, I get unlucky with RNG. But the third shot goes right into his little R2-D2 there on the front of his tank and takes him out for 118 damage. Or 169 damage, rather. So now their IS-2 is up under the bridge, so I want to see if I can come up behind him, get that last killing shot into him. He has 165 HP left. I want to see if I can get that last killing shot. I've got 5 seconds left on the autoloader, but no, I don't get it. Our Super Pershing collects the kill. And now it's a race to finish off the remaining enemies. We're up 2 tanks to 1. And this is looking like a win. The enemy team is basically completely surrounded. And it's looking really good for us right now. So I'm just going to drive down here a little more to the south and see what damage I can do in the last few seconds of the game. At this point, I haven't really done anything spectacular. I've only managed to do 716 damage. But I come up right here. 1 into the IS-6. 2 into the SU-152. 3 into it. And the 4th into the other IS-6. And at this point, I thought I had more shots in my autoloader. And then I'm like, oh wait, crap. I've got no ammo left. So I back up. I did not have to take that hit from the IS-6. That was damage that didn't need to be taken. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. I did get 1 good hit into him. And normally, with 165mm penetration that this 90mm gun has on its standard ammunition, that would not have penetrated if I was firing from straight on. But since I was firing into his upper plate from above him, the angling that it has when an enemy is straight in front is negated, and it's not nearly as much armor that my gun has to punch through. So that shot, I mean, it could have failed to penetrate, but I was pretty certain that it was going to go through, and it did. So I know their KV-3 is going to die there, so I'm going to start turning around. I want to kill their IS-3. At first, I don't see the IS-3's last known position there in the bottom left corner of the map. But our 5916 points it out, pinging the map, and I realize where he is. So I just kind of come around down to this corner, and I do something a little stupid. I come around the corner, I aim, I decide to move. I take a hit. Pretty beefy hit. That shot penetrates. The next one penetrates as well. I really don't know how those penetrated. I wasn't really aiming my shots. And the IS-3 does have very good front armor, but the center of my aiming circle was on the front left corner, or his front left corner of his IS-3 there. And I guess there might be a little weak spot behind the edge of his tracks there. Otherwise, I don't really know how I managed to penetrate 2 shots in a row. Normally, that would never pin the front of an IS-3. But yeah, overall, I think the T69 is a very nice Tier 8 autoloading medium tank. It is my first autoloading medium tank. And I do really, really enjoy having the autoloader. I think this tank will be extremely good once I get the engine, so I can easily get around behind my opponents and just dump my mag into them and just put them in a world of hurt that they wish they never had come into. So if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. Be sure to head over to my channel and subscribe so you don't miss any of the great content coming to my channel in the very near future. And yeah, this is DeFGandolf signing off. Later, guys.